Welcome to episode 72 of the Travel Calumet Original Podcast. I'm your host, Rick Sense, and today I am joined by Dion Block, who is the Director of Operations for Waverly Beach Bar Grille and Banquets. Waverly Beach is known for serving up some of Wisconsin's best lunch and dinner favorites, including the popular Wisconsin fish fry. Waverly is also known for having one of the coolest beach bar atmospheres north of Florida, as it is situated on the north end of Wisconsin's largest inland lake, Lake Winnebago. In addition to this, Waverly Beach also hosts its annual Sturgeonfest, with the 2026 edition happening on February 14th. Listeners, so you have an idea of what I'm seeing today, I am looking out right now out the, I would say, bank of 5 garage door sized windows that you have, Dion, facing directly south at the lake. It's the best spot to be to look at the lake because as you sit here, you can't see the other side. It's like you're looking at the ocean, isn't it?
It is beautiful. It goes on forever, and it's in every direction.
Yeah, it's a really cool layout here, folks. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Waverly Beach, it's think banquet hall, but think cool party banquet hall that has a beachfront area that looks like something out of a Jimmy Buffett song. And just the beautiful view of the lake that you've got the surrounding side of Calumet County on the one side and you've got other counties on the other side. Sitting in this restaurant in this area of the county, you are actually in the furthest most north and western point of the county. I leave here, I go across the street, I am no longer in Calumet County.
You are right there. We toe the line right there all the time.
So you guys are a great anchor for the county here. And Dean, first of all, thanks for being on the show.
Happy to be here.
And I've been here many times over the years. I used to work at the Community First down the road here and would come here for lunches all the time.
Got it.
So love what you guys do here. Maybe you could just take some time and talk to listeners about your connection to Calumet County, whether it's your personally or Waverly Beaches and how you guys interact with the rest of the county.
First and foremost, the most recent transition here happening back in 2022, we've worked at trying to establish ourselves as a positive member of the community. So from things like working with the DNR to host Sturgeonfest and be a way station and, I think everyone thinks about that big kickoff party that happens 2 Saturdays from now on Valentine's Day of all days. We work hand in hand with the DNR for the rest of the month, through the rest of the season. A lot of early mornings and pots of coffee for those boys because they are out there freezing all through February. not the most enviable task, but Margaret and their crew get a lot accomplished. And then most recently, another fun one that we've been able to kind of partner up with is with the Special Olympics. We were their first annual polar plunge here, and of course we were blessed with 40 below wind chills. So it became a polar dip your hand in the ice, okay. in the bucket of ice, because no one needed to get hypothermia that day. But we're looking forward to a really strong relationship moving forward with them and with the second annual next year. We've already talked about it. It was a great location, a great spot, good partnership, just a lot that we can do there with them. As far as the community, I've got a staff. I've got one from every high school throughout the valley. They're from all over, and that extends out into Brillion and Chilton as well. It's not just Appleton. So it's fun to see such a diverse staff and to be able to bring in people from all over the valley, and it's fun. These kids end up knowing each other. Now they're working together, all for us here.
You've got such a great location here. This is probably the primo real estate in the county.
Without a doubt.
It's just such a gorgeous view. And folks, it's a gorgeous view year-round, whether it's the middle of summer or the middle of winter. It's equally beautiful in a different way each time of the year. Having said that, can you give listeners a little bit of an idea of what the seasonal changes mean to you guys as far as how you do things? Because obviously the beach bar right now is a little hard to operate outside.
It is winterized and safe and tucked away, and it'll be ready for us in late April when we start rolling her out and getting it ready. Usually like to have it open second week of May.
Okay.
But it is one of those things where, for anyone familiar with the property, it was such a fun location, and when the owners bought it back in 22, one of the focuses was how do we keep the views, the vibes, and the fun year-round? And, we have the coolest Four Seasons room in the area because, I think we always affectionately refer to it as the covered patio. And I think sometimes if no one's been here, they're worried that it's not really built for all year. But I was like, those garage doors are insanely well insulated and offer a perfect 270-degree view of the lake. So it's fun to watch the colors in the fall. It's great seeing. I mean, the minute we had that first really crazy weekend where it was really cold in November, 2 days later, there's kids ripping around on snowmobiles out here. And you get to sit and watch that, and now we have all the ice fishing and the snowmobiling that takes place, and as soon as the ice goes out, you better believe the fishermen are back and ready for the spring, and then before long, all of a sudden the summer boats are back. So, I mean, it gives you, and the great thing is, right now, it is like an endless look, but man, it is incredible. Sometimes you get those clearer days, and that Canadian smog hasn't helped us the last few summers, but you get some of these days, you'd be shocked how far you can see. And it's such a great view in all directions.
Now, the ice, you brought up the cold that we had in November, and maybe you could give listeners an update of what the ice is like right now. I've heard cracks that have appeared, which actually is beneficial to what's going to happen with sturgeon spearing. Is that correct?
So we actually work hand in hand. We've got a wonderful group, the Sturgeon for Tomorrow, that do their annual banquet with us the weekend before sturgeon spearing every year. And they are kind of our eyes and ears in coordination with the DNR. Since we are the way station, they're really good about communicating some of these updates with us as well. So we've heard from both sides of them that there's been some cracks on the eastern and western portions of the northern front of the lake, and that it essentially has made it at the moment that Fire Lane 8 and us here are the only two spots on and off the ice without having to going through some of the problems of those big cracks in the ice. So the other part that they're hopefully warning us against is very, very clear ice, or clear water. So last year, a lot of mucky, murky water, not really clear, kind of a rough sturgeon season. All the fishermen had a little hard time. I think our entire Saturday last year was one fish. So you get a lot of the families coming out. They love it because you can sit inside and you're literally 35 feet from where they're weighing these guys, and they're bringing them in and they're hauling up these incredible creatures that you just don't see every day. And they're all waiting last year, and they were waiting and waiting and waiting and won, So they're kind of predicting, they've said, I've heard early estimates that maybe like a 3 to 4 day season. Like they might not even make it into the second weekend because of how clear the water is. So it should be easy pickings for the fishermen, according to them.
So if I'm not a spearer, well, I can't be if I haven't registered before Halloween, but if I'm not, I don't have that tag or license, I should still come out here, and is what you're saying, because there's going to be a lot going on.
100%. There's live music going on throughout the afternoon and into the evening, with Rising Phoenix at night and Swamp Water Boogie in the afternoon. But the other part of it is we've got big tables, we've got small tables, we have bar tables, we have everything. There's space. One of the great things about having a place with such a huge footprint is that it can offer a little bit to everyone. So, like I said, you've got garage door tables and seats by a bar that are literally 35 feet away from where the action is. And knock on wood, hopefully we get really good weather for it, because then it's as simple as just dressing warm and you can run out and check out everything that's going on.
If I'm going to come out here, what's the calendar? What's the schedule like that day? When does it start? How long does it run till? Can I get lunch? Can I get dinner?
We have a special menu built just for sturgeon, just for that weekend. It has all of our favorites from our regular menu. We've added a couple things just to help expedite the day in a fun way with a few new things, like some cheeseburger sliders and some fried chicken sliders, just things that might be a little more built towards helping families out that are wanting to come out and grab a bite to eat while they're watching. We have, from 7:30 on, we are rolling out people, the DNR walking in, being ready to catch anyone coming off the ice. They're going to be fishing up until 1. So if you want to catch a glimpse of the fish, I'd come out before then, because then I believe they've got 1 hour to get it tagged once the fishing is completed. So if we're in the mood to come out and see some big fish, I would come in the morning and the early afternoon, because from 2 o'clock on, it's business as regular, but it's a lot of the fishermen coming off and liking to relax, enjoy, and party after a cold morning of staring into the water.
So the music that's going to be happening, is that going to be happening in the banquet area?
It will not. We have a small stage up on the corner of the patio. Okay. So we like to kind of keep it all condensed. We don't want you to have to choose whether or not you sit and watch anything out the windows or if you have to go in the banquet room. We will have some other fun things to do. We've got some distributors bringing in some samplings. We have some really amazing raffles. Our marketing department puts together some awesome packages. Those alone are worth coming out and getting a few raffle tickets and trying to win, because there's some impressive prizes involved in there.
And I can walk out of here with apparel, too. I'm hearing that rumor to that
All
effect.
sorts of stuff. I love it. The new ones just came in last week. It's one of those things where we have to fight the staff off and make sure that they keep their hands off so that so that the customers have them when they come in. But they're awesome. We've got some lovely white ones with the multicolored strings, and then some navy blue.
So you look around the venue here, listeners, you have to realize there's like a bar area in the middle, but there's seating. I mean, there's vast amounts of seating. Plus, there's a TV everywhere I look. So if you want to kind of pay attention to the games that are happening this weekend, but you want to actually come out and have fun, you can do that, no problem.
You won't miss a thing.
Yeah.
There's 31 televisions up here, so if you can't see it, you're not looking.
Okay. So Sturgeonfest, another successful one. Let's hope happens, comes and goes. What's next up on the docket for you guys then? As you mentioned, you're looking to open the second week of May, the beach area, or the bar area, but what's happening over the rest of the winter and into the summer?
Well, we really love to work with there's so much business in the Greater Valley area. So we partner with a lot of people for their holiday parties or for their fundraisers. We really work hard at making sure that we provide a wonderful, welcoming environment for all of them. And then before it gets super nice, we have a couple big brunches that we roll through, and that being Easter and Mother's Day. So, Easter falling on April 5th this year. We start at 9 a.m. and roll all the way through the early afternoon, and it is something to see. Like last year, when you talk about doing, like 700-800 people for breakfast, it's quite an undertaking.
Yeah, okay.
Then we do the same thing for Mother's Day. So, you get those two big brunches. The beautiful part about that is it's kind of just like the rest of the building. Like I said earlier, for Sturgeon, we got a table for 2 and we got a table for 20. So we're built to handle all sizes.
Okay.
So it really works really well for that. We get through all of the major brunch season, and then, we start getting the patio ready. We get all the tables ready for it. We get all the bar ready for the summer, and then it's, the other part of that is in timing with a lot of the Easter brunch and patio it's also wedding season. So you're getting that ready at the same time. We've got a beautiful pavilion here located the pavilion actually lays home for Sturgeon. That's where the DNR sets up and has all their way station stuff. But it's an incredible covered patio or covered pavilion for wedding ceremonies, and you can't have a much better backdrop for your wedding than looking at the lake and everything else as far as the eye can see behind you while you're getting married. So one-stop shop here. You can come in and have the ceremony, have some appetizers and drinks, and then all of a sudden roll into the banquet hall for the reception. The huge parking lot, enough spots for 350 people. So you don't have to have your guests shuttled in from the hotels. Like, there's actually enough room for everyone to come here, and then some.
You're basically describing to me a really great place to have a party.
It is party central.
Okay. When you look at the summertime, as you get the warm weather approaches, what kind of atmosphere is happening outside the building? I mean, I've been here in the summer, and I know that there's just as much going on inside as there's outside. What kind of things are happening outside for people to kind of start gearing up for it?
There is a wide variety of live music, and the key season for that, really, Memorial Day to Labor Day. That's, you're dealing with local, live, talented musicians 7 days a week. And it is one of those things where it's really laid back. You feel like you're on the beach in Florida when you're out at the tiki bar or when you're out on the patio. But, if it's one of those things where it's a hot day and maybe you don't love the heat, it's beautiful. You pop into this patio because every one of those garage doors has a lovely screen on it. Garage door goes up, screen's down, no bugs. You get all the benefits of the view without any of the punishment of the heat. So you got that going on here. And the other part is with such a huge footprint, there's little micro environments within it all on the same day. We'll have one day where there's a bridal shower going on in the room we're in right now, and then you've got a surprise 40th birthday party out in the covered patio, and then you've got a group of friends out at the tiki bar, and all at the same time there's a wedding for 300 people in the banquet hall. So walk 30 feet and your party changes.
It really is a great venue, folks, and if you get the chance to get out here for Sturgeonfest, I'd recommend it. But if Sturgeonfest doesn't work on your calendar, you really do have to come out here and check this place out. Great food, great place to see the lake, and just a beautiful area. A lot of TVs, a lot of games in here to do, just a great atmosphere. So if you're looking for that spot to host an event or to get together with some friends, I really would recommend Waverly Beach for that. So people want to learn more, Dion, what would you have them do? Where would you direct them to go?
Our website's wonderful. It's got events. It's got contact as far as submitting for if you'd like to host one of your events here. It has... as we get towards the summer when all those bands are on there, it's got that live music schedule that's so active available. If you want to look for a summer job for serving, cooking, bartending, it's a fun place to bartend. You can all submit through there. It's got a lot of our story. It's got our menu. So there's just a lot that goes into that, and the people who keep that populated, it's a full-time job.
All right. Well, great. And Dion, thank you for joining us today and for being part of episode 72 of the Travel Calumet Original Podcast. And I just wish you guys much success at this year's event and throughout the rest of the year as well. And listeners, thank you for tuning in to episode 72 of the Travel Calumet Original Podcast. And if you like what you heard today or our previous episodes, please share with and invite your friends to listen to the Travel Calumet Original Podcast. Help us share the news of all the great things to see and do here in Calumet County, like Waverly Beach. Thank you for listening, and until next time.